Welcome to round 6. Everything fell apart this round. Let's get to the confessionals. Per her request, I have a special guest reading them this time. Thanks to Subtly for taking off of my workload. You have the floor.
Hi everybody, it's me, Sudley. Don't ask why I'm doing the confessionals this round. Please don't ask why I'm doing them. An Epic writes, "Hello, I have a game for you. I would like you to DM me a number from 1 to 1000. Next round, I will use random.org and send a number in my confessional and the winner. There is no prize, but it'd be funny if you all participated in this." Sharita writes, "I'm singing you're singing Don't Be Cruel. There's only one crown, baby. Let the one king rule." Ironic writes, "I may have dropped the ball last round, but at least I smuggled an acronym confessional past Epsilon." Navy writes, "Oops, Lamau, not doing that again." Then there's an image. Epsilon didn't tell me what the image was, but I assume it was pretty cool. TR writes, "Shoutouts to my homeboys TB.Wave and Terminator Slime, keeping it real since 2019. T-Gang for life." Ali writes, "A loan shark!" Mr. Dow writes, "I'm a cat. Meow." Not a Donut writes, "What he says. Your question mark card copy fake ballot. You may vote on up to 3 sections. What I hear. It's not like I want you to boost my vote count or anything like that. Why am I giving you a 3rd section to vote on? It wasn't my fault. It just so happened that the question mark card gave you that. It's not like I rigged the question mark card to duplicate your fake ballot or something. I said I didn't rig it. Jeez, just shut up and vote, Babaka. You're really hopeless, you know that? Highly, how's it going?" It's going good. I write, "Hi everybody, guess who finally submitted a confessional? That's right, it's your girl, Lee. I've been having a real fun time with the whole participating in this TWOW thing, and I'm super happy that y'all like my responses. That being said, I'm fairly certain the 3rd place streak ends this time, which is unfortunate. It was fun while it lasted though. Good luck to everyone still in the game. Tertiary has been missing for months. Where did they go?" K. Corpulent writes, "I killed a man in 87.
Thank you for the confessional reading, Lee. Now, let's get to results. Before we do that, though, I do want to say something real quick about the important distinction between healing damage and blocking damage. Healing damage applies to damage that you've taken in previous rounds, and it is applied before results are calculated. Blocking damage applies to damage that you're taking from the leaderboard this round, and it is applied after results are calculated. However, I'm going to be displaying the combination of both on the leaderboard. That way, you can just look at your past damage, which is on this convenient leaderboard from the end of last round, and you can just add the number in the damage section on the leaderboard to get your new damage value. I think that's less confusing. Okay, hopefully that all made sense. 6 people didn't respond this round, so we've got 24 players to place on the leaderboard. Now, this round has taught me an important fact. I need to nerf this card. Trap card. This one right here. Badly. 96LB scored 181% with it. Even without trap card, he still won by 5%, but wow, dude, that is ridiculous. His response about Foons barely makes any sense, but it passed a lot of technicals, which to 96LB is all that really matters. He also benefited from the 24% boost he received from debit cards, and from receiving Great Big Purple sign out front for free due to placing 27th. It's honestly insane how many things came together to get 96 as high up as he is, and oh shit, he won the lottery, didn't he? Congratulations 96 on your spot in 3rd stage, proud of you champ. The name's H places 2nd, though that really counts as 1st this round since he couldn't have reached 96. I'll count this as your 3.5th round win. H healed all of his previous damage, but he didn't take a band-aid, so he's coming out of this round with 1 damage total. Oh no. His response, despite having some noticeable technical stuffed into it, is a pretty funny idea. Some simple math. You'll notice that the scores this round are kind of inflated compared to previous rounds, and that can be blamed in part on the 4 index card technicals in play this round, most of which were passed by the majority of the competition. H contributed to that, passing the technical that required you not to use Ace of Diamonds, MasterCard, lottery ticket, and driver's license. This was just a direct attempt to sabotage 96. Quick disclaimer, builds aren't going to be entirely accurate on people with Response Coupon Deluxe. Some of these cards were omitted from H's top response, but there are a lot of people, so I decided to just ignore that and save myself some time. I hope you can stomach that. With H's winning streak somewhat regained, let's snap a different streak. In third place is not subtly, it's Plasmic Trojan, who is our first successful user of a reinforced band-aid. His response is really funny. You guys had a ton of good ideas this round. I've been very impressed by the responses from everyone. Trojan passed the punctuation technical, which was also incredibly easy. I haven't checked for sure, but I'm pretty sure that the only people who failed this technical failed it on purpose. That's called foreshadowing. You know what else is called foreshadowing? This. Dell is here to stay in the top 5, and the narrator in his response truly wins the top mouth breather award in my opinion. Absolutely top 5 material, and I think it's pretty funny that your cue card decided to make you a client of Buckingham Palace. Dell submitted the technical requiring your response to have at least 20 unique letters. People still found this one fairly easy. I guess my nerfs scared everybody off from making difficult technicals, huh? It is interesting that 3 out of 4 index card users have already placed. In fact, everyone who's placed so far responded fairly early. Is my message subtle enough? ZX is up next in 5th. Their response is a little confusing, but I think it's alright. Right after Trojan, ZX is the second person to successfully activate a reinforced band-aid, so they're taking 0 damage as well. ZX Ultra Ball was used on Marble side. I know it's hard to tell, but that is who it is. This entire top 5 is looking like very likely candidates for making 3rd stage. All 5 of these players were in the gold region of total damage going into this round, and needless to say, they're all definitely staying in it. The reinforced band-aid users don't stop coming. Legend Finder makes an incredibly effective heal. Legend actually true-tied with ZX in raw score, but neither of them won the round raw. That person hasn't come up yet. I've seen this joke before, but the second half of the response is a great addition. Ironic submitted the last index card technical this round, and his was the 2 even sentences technical. This was really the only technical that people actually struggled with. Ironic's response uses another fairly well-known joke, but you would not guess just from reading it how many technicals it passes. Cherito is up next, and they are proof that anyone can make a living off a trap card. He gave Cherito a net 8% boost, which actually only boosted them by 3 placements. I guess it can be a fair card if I cap it. Huh. Maybe I'll do that. Gizmo won the round in raw score like he damn well deserved to. He settled for a bit of healing and continues to run the brevity build. Massive respect to you for flying solo with your strategy, Gizmo. His Pokeball on Not a Donut was successful too. The last person to place in the top 10 completely broke Response Coupon Deluxe. TR healed and blocked a total of 19 damage. Jesus Christ. Last round everybody was dormant, I guess, but this round people started to pull out all the stops, and TR is definitely proof of that. Ghost had a simple build with a decent response. That's all I really have to say. He sucked most of his points into Insurance Card. NAD got rid of exactly 11 damage, which is clutch. He also succeeded at Driver's License again. That 500 time is actually not a very fast pace. Maybe that's the joke, I don't know. Navy has a jarring response, yikes. When I said that Gizmo won in raw score earlier, I actually lied. I won in raw score. That's right, I'm the best. All 10 third stage slots will go to me. Corb's response doesn't entirely answer the prompt, but it still performed fairly well. His Pokeball attempt on ACN was a success. Meowie Cat ran a fairly successful healing build and took a Suicide King through checkout as a joke. Subtly fell quite a bit this round, and Subtly places right below her. Subtly tried 2 options, a response that fulfilled technicals and technicals that created a response. The latter of these 2 approaches performed better, but neither response worked out well for our confessional reader this round. I think Lee is the first person to use blank card on cue card, which is a thing that you can do. She received 2 different sets of words to work with. Interestingly, Lee was the only person whose DRP came from Hidden Block card. Everyone else bought a deluxe or a half. And Epic's up next, and he once again suffered from some awkward wording. A roll of parchment just ain't working out. Piloto had a fairly solid response. I'm glad you're still playing, Piloto. Most of the casual gang has given up by this point. Gray is back with a solid response, but no cards to back it up. Here's my other dummy, and here's our first deluxe DRP from Corpulent, who once again wrote a really good response as his throwaway for no reason. Marble Sides didn't entirely answer the prompt, I don't think. Ali% sent the 101 character response, which I normally would deny, but he offered to throw with his build, so I let him roll with it. It's funny, what the hell. ACN ran a healing build with reliance on Donor Card, which is why his response is completely incomprehensible. He probably got the most benefit from Hidden Block Card next to ZX, as he received 5 points. Hidden Block Card was fairly mean across the board this round, honestly. Here are the rest of the throwaway DRPs that people use to heal with, except for an epic. Okay, here we go again. 2 people decided to attempt a Suicide King this round. Definitely Not and Winnie Unity. In terms of boost, Winnie managed to get a negative 26% advantage on Def Not. Unfortunately, Winnie made kind of an odd decision. He wrote a good response. Dude, your response was hilarious. It was like one of my favorites this round. You're supposed to throw. His healing efforts worked out pretty well though, so Winnie can definitely stand to come back from this. Winnie used more cards than anyone else this round too, which is just a fun fact. But did the Suicide King work for Def Not? Well, no, unfortunately it didn't. There were too many throw DRPs for Def Not to get a super low score. Def Not had some healing too, so there's that. And that's it. After 3 rounds with items in play, our damage leaderboard went from this to this. The names H kept the lead to himself yet again. TR shot up to 4th place, and Not a Donut made a fairly big jump. Subtly and ACN are tied for 10th place. As a reminder, if 2 people are tied for 10th place at the end of 2nd stage, I'll just let 11 people move on into 3rd stage. I won't break the tie. That balance between Lee and ACN definitely won't hold though. The leaderboard can and most likely will change a lot in the next 2 rounds. There's a pretty steep 8-point drop in between ACN and Def Not, but that's nothing that can't be made up by placing well, especially since the incoming balance patch is going to heavily limit healing. At this point, Cobalt, Jolene, and Trico are completely eliminated unless they try to make a build that heals them by a lot. Based on the rate that people have been taking damage, I'd say anyone with more than 32 damage should maybe look into trying a bit of healing too. Or don't, I'm not in charge. And I'm limiting healing too, so you can probably treat this round as an anomaly and expect lower placing players to take more damage from here on out. The 2 most popular cards this round were Block of Wood and Hidden Block Card, with 12 and 11 users respectively. That means that half of the playing field used Block of Wood. I mean, hey, if it's making responses easier to read, then I'm totally okay with that. Something I'd also like to mention is that because Marble Side didn't use any cards, ZX's Ultra Ball is sadly useless. Okay, here we are. Balance patch time. Competitors, you know how this works by now. Let's go. 200G of Informalite now begins at a 12% boost. This item has been pretty useless, so let's see if this changes that. And that right there is the only buff this round. Trap card now caps at 11%. Donor card has the amount of percentage you need to give up for a heal raised to 3, and the cap on healing has been lowered to 8. Holy card now takes a 2% penalty for each heal. Reinforced Band-Aid now fails if you're outside of the top 20% instead of the top 8. This isn't really a nerf, it's more so just changing the scale so that as people DMP, it's about the same difficulty to meet the threshold. Response Coupon Deluxe Package has been made incompatible with Antimatter Card, and a stipulation has been added stating that healing items like Holy Card only work if your higher scoring response takes the penalty. Alright, I can check that off, I think. Let's get to the round 7 prompt. All of my prompts have been so long and complicated recently. You've all been submitting complicated responses that have to address so many different things. Let's dial it back with an icebreaker. What's the best food and why? Oh, but, you aren't allowed to talk about eating it. That's it, that's all you get. Okay, good luck, bye.